Hi, I'm Gummy. Have you ever had an amazing idea for this game with a massive world and story, and you're like, oh wait, I can actually build that? Well, today we're diving into one of the most important decisions every game developer has to make in the start of their game dev journey, and that is what game engine to use. Now, if you're new to game development, the sheer number of options that there is might be overwhelming. Unity, Unreal Engine, Godot, RenPy, Discord games, building your own game engine, there's so many options. And it's hard to make sense of it all. But let's start by just breaking down what exactly is a game engine. In essence, it's a set of tools and framework, basically the software, that provides everything to bring your idea to life. Each engine has its own strengths and weaknesses, and the right choice of what engine to use depends on your skill level, the type of game that you want to make, and basically personal preference. There is no best engine. We're going to start with Godot. And in essence, Godot is an open source game engine, meaning that it's community driven, completely free, meaning no royalties, no cost to use, nothing. So it's completely free. And in the last few years, Godot has really gotten a lot of community adoption. It's a very friendly interface. It's used for both 2D and 3D games. It has its own built-in scripting language called GDScript. It also supports multi-platforms like Windows and Linux and Android, but for all your console options, there's a bit of a workaround at the moment, but it's not natively supported by the engine. Some of the games that have been made with Godot is Endoparasitic. It's a psychological thriller game set in a dystopian future where players take on the role of a protagonist who is implanted with a mysterious parasite. As they navigate through a surreal and haunting environment, they must uncover the truth behind the parasite's origin and its connection to this sinister corporation. Also as well is Dome Keeper. Also is a 2D game where you basically defend your dome from wave after wave of monsters in this innovative roguelike survival miner. You can use time between each attack to dig beneath the surface in search of valuable resources and artifacts. It is really fun, and I highly recommend it. The next game engine on our list is Game Maker Studio. And in terms of 2D games, it's very versatile. And it's been used in a lot of big games, or a lot of big indie games. It has a lot of drag and drop functionality along with a powerful scripting language called Game Maker Language, or GML. Game Maker Studio prices range from a free tier with limited features to a full paid version such as Creative. Some games that have been made with Game Maker that you might recognize is Hyperlight Drifter, Undertale, Hotline Miami, Spelunky, Nidhogg, and Risk of Rain. Amazing game. Next, we have Unreal Engine. Now, Unreal Engine has been around for a long time, but it doesn't mean that it was in one version. We're currently at Unreal Engine 5, and it made a lot of strides in terms of the engine's development, and even moving into real-time effects, as well as in cinematography, in shows like The Mandalorian. Unreal Engine is very powerful and widely used, and it's more known for its high fidelity and advanced features. But with that comes a lot to learn. In terms of pricing, Unreal Engine follows a royalty-based pricing model where developers pay 5% royalty on gross revenue from commercial projects exceeding $1 million. Basically saying that if you only make $800,000 a year from the game that you created, you don't need to pay any royalty fee. Some of the games made with Unreal might be like Fortnite, Borderlands, Hellblade, Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's a lot. Next we have RenPy. RenPy is also a free and open source engine, same as Godot. So basically it's free to use, free to distribute your game, and no royalty fees. But what puts RenPy aside from others is that it's mainly for visual novel based games. Notable games created using RenPy include Doki Doki Literature Club. Finally, there's Unity. Unity is a versatile game development engine that supports both 2D and 3D games. It's been an indie staple for multiple years, with a lot of community adoption, a lot of tutorials and free content to use. But in the last year or so, with the choices that the company has made, it feels hard to recommend to indie studios. But it's still a good engine if you just want to try out development. It has a personal edition that is free, but it does have royalties which you have to pay for earning more than $100,000. So for my journey going forward, the engine that I would be using is Unreal. The reason for this being is that I'm mostly familiar with Unreal, especially Unreal Engine 5 and the latest editions. It just makes my development process easier. But just because I choose it doesn't mean that it's the best engine for you. As I said, there's no best engine. The important thing is to explore your options. Experiment with different engines and find one that feels like the perfect fit. Not just for you, but for also the project that you want to make. I hope that this video shed some light on the process of choosing what game engine you want to use, and I just want to say thank you for watching and good luck with your projects and happy deving.